Since the start of the pandemic, the masses have yearned for the high-budget superhero content that would remind them of going home again, like a can of cold domestic beer, the embrace of a Snuggie on a cold winter's night, or putting on that old sitcom that you've seen 1,000 times before. And then on December 25th, we finally got our first superhero movie in probably over a year, and it was Wonder Woman 1984. Hello, and welcome to The Last Romantic, my segment on comic books, video games, and their meaner, more profitable older brother, comic book movies. I am your host, the Fat Mantis, and today we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 3, what to expect, what kind of changes can be going on, and what should be in there, essentially a wish list. Now let's go over Wonder Woman. Now I'm not going to say I hated it. I actually liked it a lot. It was an attempt of artistic fare where Patty Jenkins, the director, decided to take advantage of the 80s timeline to totally alter its aesthetic to make it almost a running gag that almost like she was set out to make the ultimate 80s movies. And the ultimate 80s movie is what she did. Wonder Woman 1984 is more 80s than any 80s movie has ever actually been. It's kind of like the synthwave craze where people are trying to make 80s music and somehow they were making better 80s music than in the 80s. Yeah, it's a lot of that was going on. And everything down to whimsical, crazy, absurdist action sequences to over-the-top cliches, which are probably politically incorrect, almost like, you know, that Arab oil chic that appears in the middle of the movie. There's a lot of these kind of things going on in it. And I don't think it was a miss. It certainly was not the superhero movie I think we all were expecting or needed. And that people wanted, to be satiated with just very mainstream fare. And I think, honestly, even though there's a lot of hatred for the film right now, I think in the future, Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be perceived as artistic or cool, or people will have to look at it with fond memories. But right now, we're in the middle of this storm where people are hating at it. The good news is that no matter how much you whine and complain on the internet, reality continues to go on because Twitter doesn't affect anything in the real world. And the third one is going to be made. Now, what can we expect in Wonder Woman 3? Now, I'd love to go over this with you guys. And the first thing I gotta say is how many people did not get an aspect of the ending. So, Barbara Ann Minerva, better known as the Cheetah, did not renounce her wish. She made an initial wish when the wishing stone was a stone. Then, later on, to obtain her cheetah powers, that was gifted to her while Maxwell Lord was absorbing the prices off of people. Now, where he absorbed cheetah DNA off of somebody, like somebody had some DNA lying around, he's like, I'll take that cheetah DNA and give it to Barbara Ann. I am totally lost on that aspect. It was really wonky about how she became cheetah. However, I will say, at the end of it, she did not renounce her wish, which means she may have lost her cheetah powers once Maxwell Lord was depowered. However, her initial wish, which made her have all the powers and abilities of Wonder Woman, remain, which means not only can she appear in the sequel, she will also be ageless and timeless, just as Wonder Woman. Now, Barbara Ann Minerva may be Wonder Woman's greatest, or should I say longest running adversary in the comics, but she's actually not the greatest. The greatest goes to her sometimes depicted as sister, Cersei, the evil magic user of the Amazons. And it kind of seems weird that we haven't seen her yet. So, I'm saying an evil Amazon coming to the shores of man to cause havoc would be the perfect thing to do. Now, we know this is going to take place in a contemporary setting. It's been said by Patty Jenkins a long time ago that that's what she wanted. She wanted slow escalation to the modern age. And to be honest, if they ever make a fourth one, I'm really hoping that it's in space and in the future. But that is neither here nor there. We are still talking about this contemporary tale, which means Barbara Ann Minerva will be the same age as her and still foxy, still have cat-like reflexes, and still have super strength and durability. It is absolutely logical for her to return. I actually loved the performance of Cheetah. I love seeing her, and I love to see what she's going to do 36 years in the future when she's trying to make trouble for Wonder Womans, man. However, as we know, these affairs have to get bigger and bigger, and now they're up to two villains which they had in the first one. I honestly think they should go as high as 5 or 6. My guess is that, you know, if I were writing this film, I would have Cersei come along and get a gaggle of other female antagonists to appear, particularly Barbara and Minerva. And then another one that they could get is Gigantia, because they cannot have a Wonder Woman trilogy without Gigantia. That is one of my all-time favorite Wonder Woman villains, and she's got to be in there. Normally I try to ham-fist Angleman in there, but I have a feeling he will never see the light of day of a television or a movie studio. Yeah, maybe in the CW. But that is absolutely something that could happen. Maybe she could have her own sinister sticks of females that she needs to fight. Now, there's more to this tale. Now, this is a trilogy about love. Wonder Woman was brought to the shores of a man because of her, for starters, started out with lust, but became love for Steve Trevor. Now, I don't want to keep resurrecting Steve Trevor. I think that's a bit much. However, the concept is that he gave her permission to love again once he's gone. He's like, stop mourning me, move on with your life. I'll see you in heaven, or something similar to that. And it was actually one of the best parts of the movie, and it really, I know a lot of you think I'm a heartless monster, but no, I was feeling it. So 36 years later, enter Batfleck. This is the most logical move they could possibly do for this movie. They should have Batfleck in the movie, and he should be, whether they're going to hook up or it's a one-night stand or whatever, but there should be implications of love there. But surely at the end, after the final battle with the Batfleck helping her and all that stuff, they should both determine that they can't have a relationship because they're both married to their job of getting vigilante justice across the land. I know this is kind of, this might piss off some Batman fans. Batman fans tend to hate it when Batman has a relationship. It's almost like he's too macho to associate with women, if that makes any type of sense. I don't know. Please let me know if you think that makes sense. I think it makes no sense at all. Personally, I like it when my heroes get some, and I would love for him and Wonder Woman to finally get their hookup that I think we've all been waiting for. Their flirtation goes on in the comic, and you know, certainly in the cartoon, it's all over the place, and it's finally time to do it. Maybe Batfleck is the man who can help her love again. I want to see Diana Prince love again. Now, there is the problem that Batfleck is already committed to a Flash movie. Who knows if it's actually in writing, or it's just one of those things where they've been talking about it and they can opt to sue if he doesn't do it. I honestly think if he was smart, he should jump ship on the Flash, because honestly, there is a question of whether that movie is ever going to be made. Ezra Miller is not a real star. Let's just face that fact right now. You know, this harsh truth. And with Marvel doing all its interconnected multiverse thing, I'm wondering if a Flash concept is just totally trite at this point. By the time it comes out, Marvel will have already aced them in that field. And there's even a debate as to whether the DCEU is going to really continue. Do they really want to start a new franchise? I honestly don't think it looks like a winner to me, unfortunately. But if Batfleck was smart, he would jump ship, and if he wants to send off his character with a bang, it's not with the Flash. He needs to do it with Wonder Woman. So that's my take on what should appear in Wonder Woman 3. What did you guys think about it? What is on your wish list? What villains do you hope show up? And please let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please like it, share it with your buddies, and please most definitely subscribe. And remember to keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis for more analysis, jokes, games, shenanigans, comic book reviews, and comic book movie smash-alongs. Till next time, ciao for now.